Hello students, I am from Biology faculty of QLS Academy. Today we are going to learn about life processes. So let's start with our lesson of today. We have seen in previous sections that blood transports food, oxygen and waste material in our bodies. We learned about blood being a fluid connective tissue. Blood consists of a fluid medium called as plasma in which the cells are suspended. Plasma transports food, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste in dissolved form. Oxygen is carried by the red blood cells. Many other substances like salts are also transported by the blood. Thus, we need a pumping organ to push blood around the body, a network of tubes to reach all the tissues and a system in place to ensure that this network can be repaired if damaged. So, let's talk about the heart. The heart is the central organ for pumping the blood throughout the body. Heart is made up of strong cardiac muscles. It is located in the chest cavity with its lower part pointing towards the left. Its size is that of the person's fist. It pumps blood rich in carbon dioxide to the lungs and oxygen rich blood to the other parts of the body. The heart consists of four chambers, namely auricles and ventricles. The two upper chambers of the heart are known as auricles and the two lower chambers of the heart are called as ventricles. Left and right parts of the heart are separated by a muscular partition called as septum. Heart has number of valves which allow the blood to flow in one direction. This prevents the oxygenated blood mixing with deoxygenated blood. SA node. The natural and primary pacemaker of the heart is located in the upper wall of the right atrium in the heart. AV node, the secondary pacemaker, is located in the bundle of tissues on the border between the right atrium and right ventricle of the heart. Blood vessels. Now, blood vessels are tube-like structures which form an intricate network to transport blood to various parts of the body. They are classified as arteries, veins and capillaries. First, let's talk about arteries. Arteries are the blood vessels which carry pure oxygenated blood from the heart to different tissues in the body. Arteries are with thick walls as the heart pumps blood with greater pressure into the arteries. In turn, arteries also offer some pressure on the blood. This is called as peripheral resistance. Pulmonary artery carries impure blood to lungs from heart. Second is veins. Veins arise from the bodily tissues. Thus, deoxygenated blood is carried by veins and is returned to heart. All the veins carry impure blood to the heart except for pulmonary vein, which carry pure blood from lungs to the heart. Veins have wider inner diameters and walls to prevent the backflow of the blood. Pulmonary veins carry pure blood from the lungs to the heart. Pulmonary veins need not have thicker walls as such as blood is not pumped by the heart into these veins. They carry pure blood from lungs. They have walls in them so as to prevent backward flow of the blood. There are totally 4 pulmonary veins and all of them are connected to left atrium of a heart. Third is blood capillaries. These are the structures which branch out from the arteries on entering the tissues. Blood capillaries supply pure blood to inner parts of the tissue. These capillaries in turn collectively form a single vein from the tissues. The heart pumps deoxygenated blood into the lungs through pulmonary arteries. Pulmonary artery carries impure blood to the lungs from heart. Blood gets purified in the lungs. Pulmonary veins carry pure oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart. Now let's talk about blood. Blood and lymph are the important modes of transport in the circulatory system. Blood is a fluid tissue made from plasma and formed elements. Now what is plasma? Plasma is a pale yellowish fluid. Plasma is obtained by separating the liquid portion of blood from the cell. Blood cells. Now blood cells are of two types, that is red blood cells, that is RBC, and second is white blood cells, that is WBCs. Red blood cells are of red color because of the presence of hemoglobin, which is a pigment. Hemoglobin readily combines with oxygen and carbon dioxide. The transport of oxygen happens through hemoglobin. Some parts of carbon dioxide is also transported through hemoglobin. Now let's talk about WBCs, that is the white blood cells. These are of pale white color. They play important role in the immunity. Now platelets. Platelets are responsible for blood coagulation. Blood coagulation is a defense mechanism which prevents excess loss of blood in case of an injury. We mentioned about lymph. Now let's talk about lymph. Lymph is similar to blood, but RBCs are present in lymph. Lymph में RBCs नहीं होती है. Lymph is formed from the fluid which leaks from the blood capillaries and goes to the intercellular spaces in the tissues. This fluid is collected through lymph vessels and finally returns to the blood capillaries. Lymph also plays an important role in the immune system. Now, double circulation. In human heart, blood passes through the heart twice in one cardiac cycle. एक cardiac cycle में 2 बार blood heart से pass होता है. This type of circulation is called as double circulation. One complete heartbeat in which all the chambers of the heart contract and relax once is called as cardiac cycle. The heart beats about 72 times per minute in a normal adult. In one cardiac cycle, the heart pumps out 70 ml of blood and thus about 4900 ml blood in a minute. Double circulation ensures complete segregation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, which is necessary for optimum energy production in warm-blooded animals. Now, blood pressure. The force that blood exerts against the wall of a vessel is called as blood pressure. This pressure is much greater in arteries than in veins. The pressure of blood inside the artery during ventricular systole, that is contraction, is called as systolic pressure, and pressure in artery during ventricular diastole, that is relaxation, is called as diastolic pressure. The normal systolic pressure is about 120 mm of mercury and diastolic pressure is 80 mm of mercury. Blood pressure is measured with an instrument called as sphygmomanometer. High blood pressure is called as hypertension and is caused by the contraction of arterioles, which results in increased resistance to blood flow. It can lead to the rupture of an artery and internal bleeding. So students, this was all about the life processes. I hope you enjoyed learning this lesson, and if you have any more doubts, you can go to the following link.